Greenville, South Carolina. Vic Schaefer saying, look, this is a road game for us. About 2 hours away from Columbia. Kitts and Jones to jump it up, and the SEC championship game is underway.
You see Texas starting out in their pressure man-to-man defense, a key for South Carolina. Don't let that disrupt their flow offensively.
Kitts' floater is good.
Multiple players touching the basketball. Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan, both have been so good throughout the course of this SEC tournament. Scoring and with the efficiency with which they're playing.
Kitts shooting at 84% in the tournament. Fagan in the 70s. Here's Booker. Off to Holly. Her jumper won't go. Rebound whacked out of bounds, and it stays here with Texas.
And of course, Madison Booker is certainly one of the elite offensive players.
And you can see the way Hall sticking on Booker on the inbound. Here's Tanda. Off to Harmon. Had 3 big field goals in the 4th last night. Short on that one, and Fagan secures it for South Carolina. Here's Pow Pow. Led the nation in three-point shooting a season ago. This year, driving it more. Pow Pow spins and finishes.
Tahina Pow Pow really handled the hard head.
All right, Holly, thank you very much. Booker dumps it down, and it's knocked out of bounds. Hear that ovation? That's Malaysia for Wiley checking in. Yes, Hall went for the extra smack. Harmon gets it into Tanda. Tanda nearly lost her footing. Gets it to drop in, though. That's a tough bucket from Jakalenga Tanda.
I mean, she had completely lost her balance in her lower half, so that was a tough recover and finish for sure.
Here's for Wiley. Dancing through, making it look easy. There's a P and speed's missing. Here's Booker. Dumps it down. Jones, again a good look. The follow is good. Here's Fagan, quick step, great pass. For Wiley, shovels Joyce Edwards, can't bank it in. Rebound Fagan underneath, can't finish it, knocked around. Tanda comes away with it, and a held ball. Possession arrow belongs with Texas. Where you fall in those 1 seeds could be determined by who wins these title games today, as Booker gets a good look, can finish it. Tanda has it deflected and taken by the freshman Edwards. Here's Raven Johnson, pull up. She got it. Here comes Booker, flinging it down the floor. Harmon bounces in. Jones surrounded, able to reverse it home. Tessa Johnson, great look, and Kitts finishes.
One of the things she can do well, you see Oldacre having an immediate impact coming into the game that Booker has done well, even in games where she hasn't been able to shoot efficiently. She's found a way to get fouled, to get to the free throw line, manufacture points there.
Foul here. As Tessa Johnson sinks the first free throw. Johnson. South Carolina's had some real good looks to try and extend their lead. Harmon, sure. About a 13-second difference. Game and shot clock. Harmon bats it away. Pow Pow flags it down. 7 to shoot. Pow Pow sending away Kitts. 3 to shoot. Pow Pow hoists. In and out. Booker the rebound. Vic Schaefer yelling, hold for one here. Hold for one. Booker, 3 seconds left in the quarter. Booker behind the back, turns it over. And that'll do it for the first. South Carolina, a 2-point lead to win a major conference tourney title in their first year in that conference. Here's Kitts giving it up. Kitts goes down. Harmon underneath her. Booker ends up with a steal, and Oldacre gives it right back. We saw what a wonderful job Brehall did on Madison Booker in the first meeting back in January between these teams. Shot clock at 1. Harmon's 3 off the mark, and Fagan the rebound. Texas has hit just 1 3 this season in their matchups against South Carolina combined. Kids, great position. The finish and the foul. What a delivery from Fagan.
Held the seal, and that's what you do when you're in the post. Ducks in, puts her arms up. Fagan delivers beautifully, and how about Kitts? Gets hit in the face, keeps the confidence there. And what do you do when your teammate passes you the basketball for an assist, Ryan?
You point, give him some love. When Ntanda has her pass knocked away, tips to Harmon, shot clock violation. We just have to avoid giving up looks to her where she's in the rhythm she wants to be. So far, they've been successful in that.
And it's been a team effort. She has been surrounded anytime she catches the ball in the paint area.
6 rebounds for Booker, trying to make an impact otherwise. Meanwhile, Rory Harmon is down. Rory Harmon down in the backcourt. Meanwhile, Rory Harmon, yeah, you're right, Rebecca, took a shot to the nose. No. When Ntanda inside, gets denied by Kitts and controlled by Hall. Raven Johnson dumps it down. Chloe Kitts shovels. Fagan finishing. Here's Booker.
Everybody's in the paint.
When Ntanda, nothing doing for Texas. Preston, 3 to shoot. Preston gonna have to put it up. Wild attempt and another outstanding defensive possession from South Carolina. Rory Harmon back into the game for Texas. Good news for the Longhorns, their senior leader. Here's for Wiley. Asking for the screen. Back to Fagan. To the corner. Johnson's 3 is good. Booker slithering, dishing when Ntanda pivots inside and gets denied. Edwards there. Texas has not scored yet in the second quarter. Big Schaefer finally taking the jacket off. That might be with the Longhorns' knee. Edwards with a lane. Foul called on Oldacre.
Here it comes. The eye roll and the removal of the jacket. I want someone there to hand my jacket to when I take it off like that.
Anytime you want, partner.
Yes, anytime. Oh, you're...
Yeah, I'm volunteering.
Oh, okay.
How about Joyce Edwards, the freshman, just so poised in big moments. Yesterday in the win against Oklahoma. Off to a good start today.
Raven Johnson is just sitting in the lane, not even worried about where Rory Harmon is.
Oldacre surrounded, flips it up and off. Rebound for Wiley. Here comes South Carolina for Wiley to the cup, plus the foul.
Second time she's able to finish over Jones.
Well, she has such a unique finishing package.
Look at full Wiley on the help side. You can't get the ball in Oldacre when she's able to play off like that. Now it's Raven Johnson in the paint.
13-0 South Carolina. Harmon, no. Here comes full Wiley to get ahead. Johnson. Touchdown. For a little more on full Wiley, here's Holly Rowe.
Mylasia for Wiley is so electric and fun to watch. I asked her earlier this year, when did you know that you were something special in basketball and you could be this good? She said, actually, I was in 4th grade. I became the MVP of my 4th grade boys team. She said, I still have that trophy. My mom's got it in the house, and I knew then I was something special because I was better than all the boys.
Hold on to that trophy forever. Thank you, Al. Shot clock down to 4. Harmon puts up the mid-range and hits. First points of the quarter for Texas. Look at Edwards just beating everyone down the floor. Jones turns, doesn't get the roll, knocked out of bounds.
South Carolina will run the floor and then point to the passer, Ryan Rucco. That's 2 already in one game.
Here's for Wiley, wiggling, taking off. Fagan in. Fagan, she's been doing it with both hands today, too, as Booker finally gets one to drop. Madison Booker, who had 25 last night, scores her first points today with that jumper. Can Texas make a little push here before halftime? For Wiley, the whirl, just left it short. Every time she has the ball in her hands, something exciting happens. Booker quick trying to tie her shoe. Harmon waiting for her. In the quarterfinals, lost her shoe, and Harmon was the player who grabbed it and eventually exchanged it for the basketball. 5 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Harmon has to. Does she get it off? She does. It hits.
You see Texas now. Are they in a zone?
15-point lead for South Carolina. Here's Tessa Johnson. The defender falls. Kitts dumps it down. Edwards patiently flips it up. Kitts on the follow. Should win today. Harmon. Looking inside. Shot clock at 3. Thrown away. 11th Texas turnover. 3 seconds left. Johnson can't find Kitts. Had her. Booker will inbound. Gets it ahead. Holly dumps it down, and that will do it. 21 of Texas's 27 field goal attempts, and South Carolina dominating the battle in the paint.
We just saw a shot of the South Carolina bench. The bench had the same amount of points as the Texas team in that first half at 16.
Texas without a free throw, without a three-pointer in that first half. The three-pointer is somewhat expected. The free throws not. Here's Jones, and South Carolina's D picking up where it left off. That's now 12 Texas turnovers. Lob it into Kitts. Kitts waits, dishes, extra feed, pow. Back ironing off. Kitts the offensive rebound. Right back to pow. How about Hall? Short.
Again, though, a beautiful possession for South Carolina. Just the way they're sharing and moving the basketball.
They really have played some beautiful basketball in this SEC tournament in all 3 matchups. Here's Pow turning the corner. Raven Johnson can't hit the 3. Some great looks again for South Carolina.
They're doing a really good job of getting paint touches and then delivering on-the-money passes to perimeter players.
Here's Booker, a quiet first half. Tough jumper off. Jones put back in.
Well, they're going to have to get some stops defensively, and even though South Carolina's got a couple good looks, they have gotten those stops, but they've got to figure out a way, if they can, to get out in transition. Find anything easy at the rim.
Pow found something easy at the rim there. 35-20, South Carolina in front. SEC championship game. Harmon and Jones accounting for most of Texas's limited offense. Booker gets fouled by Hall. That they can do everything the guards can do. And you see that from the way that they pass. As Booker, meanwhile, you just saw that graphic, how much Texas uses the free throw line. Now, they've not gotten there yet today. This was their first trip when Intanda comes up with it, but it's going to be South Carolina basketball.
They're probably not going to get easy looks. So Booker's going to have to make tough shots. Rory Harmon's going to have to make tough shots.
Booker 1 of 7 in this game. Pow. Dances back beyond the arc. Directing traffic. Pow drives it in a crowd. Kitts looking for an angle. Finds Fagan. Her jumper is good. In this tournament, they have been held down today. Holly misses again. When Intanda An inaccurate pass, and Texas turns it over.
You know, when you're in a groove, you feel the groove. When you're completely out of it, you feel that strongly too. And certainly right now, they've been in zero flow at any point in this game.
South Carolina outscoring Texas 18-2 on layups in this game. They've also largely held Texas off the offensive glass as Fagan shows a little versatility. Harmon inside, Jones gets fouled.
Come over and help as well. Outstanding defense by South Carolina.
South Carolina has contested 12 of Texas's 13 attempts in the paint. I mean, and you could just really, you illustrated it beautifully, partner. Lob it inside, Edwards, the bucket and the foul.
The screen, second late, Edwards able to finish. Beautifully delivered pass by Raven Johnson. I've seen that a couple of times here in the tournament out of a timeout. A really well drawn up play.
Some ups and downs this regular season. They're not accustomed to losing 3 regular season games over the last few years as Jones gets fouled.
A couple of weeks ago, she said, my team has lost when they've needed to. Team who still can learn a lot from those losing moments. And right now, certainly, this is a South Carolina team playing its best basketball of the season.
Texas had a lot of success on the offensive glass each of the first 2 meetings against South Carolina. They have not today. For Wiley dishes out. Johnson's 3. You bet! Jones again gets fouled.
South Carolina learning throughout the course of this season, being perfect pressure of being undefeated all season long. But what has been different for them lately is their habits in sharing the ball, great defense, the habits they need to make a run in March.
Great stuff, Holly, and they certainly look primed for that today. As Johnson playing way off Harmon.
Yes.
Preston gets denied by Wiley, but a foul for South Carolina. Rebecca, Texas is getting to the line, but when you don't use the three-point line the way Texas does not, it's hard to climb out of holes like this.
Yeah.
Johnson off to Fagan. For Wiley, what a cut. Oh, Malaysia nearly put it in. And a foul on Malaysia for Wiley. Harmon hits the first.
From an ACL injury that kept her out most of last year. As soon as she tore her ACL, she called all of the rehab people, all of the athletic training staff in and said, I'm going to need your best. I intend to get back, be ready to play at the beginning of next season. And she did that, getting cleared after just 10 months. Look at her fly around on the court. I just admire her spirit and her resolve coming back from that ACL tear.
Excellent report, Ollie, and so true. 12-second difference, game and shot clock. Harmon wraps inside, up, under, and off. Follow is good for Taylor Jones. Pow. Charges inside, gets blocked. Still time. Out to Fagan, her 3 is good. All aspects of that pro skill set over the last couple of months, and somebody who certainly has WNBA aspirations. Dawn Staley's talked about that with us throughout the season, and you heard Dawn reference it earlier too, the way they try and develop players and spend time on that throughout the season with their players who hope to go to the next level. Sanaya Fagan has been doing a lot that I would think is attractive to WNBA front offices.
Yeah, and some of the things that kind of go unnoticed in terms of her physicality defensively in the post, how much she talks on the defensive end of the floor.
Jones couldn't spin that one in over Fagan. And gets the rebound. Lob it into Kitts. Kitts backs away. Kitts, 7 to shoot. Kitts jumper. Wow! Chloe Kitts in her bag.
Running a two-man game on the right side of the floor with your forward and your center. And that's what we just saw with Fagan and Kitts.
Harmon pull up from the free throw line is good. Rory Harmon with pow, great attack, couldn't finish it. Oldacre, who's been mostly quiet in this game, with the rebound. Harmon again in the mid-range, able to hit. Pow to the corner. For Wiley, bodies in, gets denied by Oldacre, and it's out of bounds off of for Wiley. Under 6 to go in the fourth. Can Texas make a push here? Down 17. Preston doesn't take the three, lost the ball, gets it back. Flips it out, 10 to shoot. Booker quiet today, her jumper is good. Madison Booker, just her second field goal on 10 attempts. 15-point game, a little 6-0 burst from Texas. Still 5.5 minutes remaining. Edwards dumps it down, kicks wide open. Harmon zipping into the front court. Booker, a good, clean look. And she got it from three. The best attempt of the day in this fourth quarter for the Gamecocks. Raven Johnson dumps it inside. Tessa Johnson lays it in. Here's Booker. Booker curls inside. What a tough take. 2:35 to go in the fourth. Here's Edwards. Lost the handle. Off to Johnson. 12 to shoot. Edwards with 10 to shoot. Her jumper is good.
Such a luxury for Dawn Staley, especially in these late game situations where there's so much deny, where all 5 of your players have good, strong handles and could put the ball on the deck.
Booker wiggling through traffic. Preston denied by Johnson. Hall off to the races. They're ready to celebrate in Greenville, South Carolina. Tessa Johnson realized she had to get it across. Dawn Staley telling her team to wind this clock. Kicks. Misses the layup, but not the follow. Shea Holly can't finish. There's the trophy, which once again will be headed to Columbia. Just a complete attack today. The hugs have started on the South Carolina bench. Another accomplishment for this program, for this coaching staff. And for the third straight year, South Carolina, champions of the